Welcome to another episode of Senior High Rise. Each week we fill you in on the exciting world of senior living here in Rockford. Last week, as you remember, we talked to maintenance specialist Donald Heckelmiller from Olson Plaza about the transition they're making from single-ply to two-ply toilet paper and the effect it's having on their bottom line. This week we move a few blocks north to Skyrise Apartments, where Kiehl Dall'Osto serves as senior coordinator. Let's meet today's special guest, Miss Kiehl Dall'Osto. Kathy, I understand you're the cruise director at Skyrise here in Rockford. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's funny that you should call it cruise directing, Mark, but it is actually a very enjoyable job of helping the residents find things to do within the area of which they live. Our 170 unit apartment building holds approximately 200 residents. So there's a lot of people looking for things to do. It's a lot of fun keeping them active.
Wow, that sounds great. So Kathy, let's say that I was a senior looking for senior housing. How could I become a part of your terrific community?
Well, first of all, Mark, you have to be 55 years old or older to live there. So you've got a few years.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's the only requirement.
If I was?
If you were, that's really the only requirement. Some of our apartments are based on their income, people's incomes, okay. So you might have some income guidelines. People who might have too much of an income might be turned away because it is made for a lower income resident.
Okay. Kathy, I heard that you recently held a cherry pie day there. Tell us a little bit about how that went.
Well, there's many different days in the calendar year, and you can find many of those items in one of these magazines.
I saw you brought a few with, yeah.
Creative Forecasting. And there's specialty days every day, and a cherry pie day, it could be a lemon meringue pie day, whatever day you choose. Well, and we offer that on the 14th floor in our community room, and people will sign up, and they'll usually pay between $2 and $2.50 for a generous slice of pie and some conversation with good friends.
You can't beat a deal like that. I mean,
it's a great deal.
In these economic times. Have you thought about any other pie days? I mean, you mentioned the lemon meringue, but there are other things you've thought about?
Well, there's lots of different pies to choose from, so whatever I think people will like.
Now, pie is one thing, but I know we can't just live on pie alone. I understand you occasionally hold a Kentucky Fried Chicken Day for your seniors. Tell us a little bit about that event.
Well, you know, many of our events revolve around food, Mark. Kentucky Fried Chicken is once again another very low-cost meal. Most people like chicken. They love their coleslaw, mashed potatoes and gravy. You just can't go wrong with a great meal of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Now occasionally you do take the folks out on the town, don't you? Tell us about the types of day trips that the seniors particularly enjoy.
Well, one thing that we are very fortunate to have is a bus that comes to us for free, and it is actually sponsored by Mr. John Anderson, who donates it through the Salvation Army. So for each person, it is a recommended donation of $2 for the bus. The bus can take us anywhere within a 100 to 150 mile radius. I usually try to stay closer because the bus rides can be difficult for the people, but there's many different things we do. We enjoy it.
Well, that's great, Kathy. Thank you for coming. We'd like you to tune in next week. We have an exclusive interview with Pete Peterson over at PA Peterson Home, who's going to fill us in on their upcoming Wii bowling tournament. You won't want to miss out on that.